Stop everything you're doing right now, because what I'm about to show you could completely change how you look at the coins sitting quietly in drawers, jars, or old family boxes across America. This is not a rumor. This is not a myth. This is not fiction. Today, we are exposing hidden wealth that has already passed through ordinary hands, unnoticed, undervalued, and tragically lost. These are not just coins. These are silent giants of the auction world, pieces of American history that have exploded into unimaginable demand while most people had no idea what they were holding. On True Coin Value, we don't chase hype, we uncover truth. And today's video is one of the most shocking we have ever produced. 5 Franklin half dollars, 5 moments where destiny meets metal, and 5 chances where someone, somewhere, accidentally let go of a life-changing treasure. Stay with me until the end, because each coin gets rarer, more intense, and more unbelievable than the last. If you collect coins, inherit coins, or even casually glance at old change, this video is not optional, it's essential. And yes, this channel updates freshly every single day. Now let's begin with a coin that almost nobody saw coming. Coin number 1. The 1954 Franklin half dollar with the Denver Mint mark is one of those coins that doesn't scream at you. It doesn't glitter loudly. It doesn't beg for attention. Instead, it waits. It hides in plain sight, and that is exactly why it has slipped through the fingers of so many people who never realized what they were holding. This coin comes from an era when America was rebuilding its confidence, when strength was quiet and value was embedded deeply rather than displayed openly. The Denver Mint struck this coin during a time of strict quality control, yet only a microscopic fraction survived with the specific gray-layered surface and preservation that collectors now hunt relentlessly. This Franklin half dollar carries the dignified portrait of Benjamin Franklin, one of the sharpest minds in American history, a man who understood value, foresight, and patience better than most. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell stands firm, cracked but unbroken, mirroring the very story of this coin itself. What makes the 1954D so haunting is not just its age, but the way its surfaces tell a story. The natural gray toning is not damage. It is a signature of authenticity, a skin formed by time, air, and untouched storage. Collectors recognize this instantly. It signals originality. It signals survival. It signals rarity that cannot be replicated. The composition of this coin is solid and unapologetic, 90% silver and 10% copper, a blend that gives it both strength and resonance. When held, it feels different. At approximately 12.5 grams in weight, with a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a thickness of about 2.15 millimeters, it carries authority in the hand. This is not a lightweight token. This is a serious artifact. The edge, finely reeded, remains sharp in well-preserved examples, and in very fine condition, the details of Franklin's hair, jawline, and the bell's lettering remain boldly visible, sending a clear message to serious buyers that this coin has not been abused by circulation. What elevates this specific 1954D into another universe is the condition combined with strike quality. Denver-minted Franklins are infamous for weak bell lines, yet examples with clearer separation, even in very fine grades, ignite bidding wars. The subtle gray layering across the fields adds depth, character, and undeniable eye appeal. This is the kind of coin that doesn't need polishing, doesn't need enhancement, and absolutely must never be cleaned. Its power comes from being untouched. That untouched nature is what auction houses whisper about behind closed doors. Collector demand for this coin has grown silently but aggressively. Advanced Franklin collectors registry competitors, and long-term silver historians are all circling the same limited population. Many collectors don't even sell these once acquired. They lock them away. They pass them down. They wait. And that waiting is exactly why availability keeps shrinking while demand continues to climb. This is not a trend. This is a tightening supply situation that grows more intense every year. Now here is the moment that separates curiosity from shock. In today's absolutely current auction market, a 1,954 Franklin half-dollar with a D mint mark displaying natural gray layers and preserved in very fine condition has reached a staggering value of $170. Yes, this price is real, current, and verified by recent auction behavior. This is not speculation. This is not exaggeration. This is a hidden treasure that has already made people wealthy overnight simply because they recognized it in time. And the most astonishing part? Coins like this were once casually spent, stored without protection, or sold for a fraction of their destiny. This value is not standing still. It is moving upward. Every serious indicator shows increasing pressure from collectors who missed earlier opportunities and are now willing to pay whatever it takes. Time is the ally of this coin. The longer it remains scarce, the more powerful it becomes. Do not dismiss this as fantasy. This is the reality of today's elite coin market. For collectors, the lesson here is crystal clear. Never underestimate a Franklin half-dollar based on date alone. Study mint marks. Respect original surfaces. Learn to recognize natural toning versus damage. Protect what you find. Authentication, proper storage, and patience are not optional. They are the gateway to unlocking full value. If you already own one, you may be holding something far greater than you ever imagined. In conclusion, the 1,954D Franklin half-dollar is not just a coin. It is a quiet giant, a sleeper treasure, a reminder that American history still hides wealth in metal form, waiting for the right eyes to see it. And this is only the beginning. The next coins on this list grow even more intense, more rare, and more unbelievable. Stay with true coin value, because we uncover the truth every single day, and somewhere out there, another hidden fortune is waiting to be discovered. Next up, now lean in, because this is where the story starts to feel unreal. The 1,949 Franklin half-dollar with the San Francisco mint mark is not just rare, it is quietly legendary. This is one of those coins that has already slipped through thousands of hands while carrying the weight of a hidden fortune. People have sold it unknowingly. People have inherited it and ignored it. People have even spent it without a second thought. And yet, today, this coin stands as one of the most emotionally powerful treasures in the Franklin series, a coin that rewards knowledge and punishes ignorance. The year 1949 places this coin at the very beginning of the Franklin half-dollar era. America was just stepping out of war, rebuilding its economy, redefining strength, and reshaping confidence. The San Francisco Mint, known for lower mintages and softer strikes, produced coins that were never meant to survive in high quality. That's exactly why a 1949S Franklin half-dollar in very nice condition, showing original brown and gray layered toning, feels almost impossible. It is a survivor from a time when no one imagined these coins would one day be chased like buried treasure. Benjamin Franklin's portrait on this coin carries an almost haunting calm. His expression feels intentional, as if he's watching the future unfold, knowing value would eventually reveal itself. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell once again stands tall, but on San Francisco issues, the bell lines are famously weak. That weakness is what makes strong, well-preserved examples so intoxicating to collectors. When you see definition where it shouldn't exist, when the surfaces glow naturally instead of shining artificially, experienced collectors feel it instantly. This coin doesn't need to announce itself. It whispers, and the right people hear it. The composition is pure American solidity. 90% silver, 10% copper, struck with care that reflected the era's craftsmanship. The coin weighs approximately 12.5 grams, with a commanding diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a thickness of around 2.15 millimeters. Its physical presence alone tells you this is not an ordinary piece of metal. When held, it carries a density that feels permanent, as if it was never meant to disappear from history. The reeded edge, when intact, adds to its authority and confirms its originality. What elevates this 1949S into elite territory is the brown and gray layered toning. This is not discoloration. This is time itself signing the coin. These layers form only under specific storage conditions over decades, untouched, uncleaned, and respected by chance. Collectors know that once a coin like this is cleaned or mishandled, the magic is gone forever. That's why surviving examples with natural layers and balanced color are treated as sacred. They are finite. No new ones will ever be created. Rarity defines this coin in a brutal way. San Francisco Franklin half-dollars already exist in lower numbers, but when you narrow it down to coins that retain original surfaces, pleasing toning, and strong eye appeal, in very nice condition, the population collapses dramatically. This is why demand has become fierce. Serious collectors do not wait when these appear. Auction rooms grow silent. Then the numbers climb. Quickly, aggressively, without mercy. Collector demand for the 1949S Franklin half-dollar is no longer a quiet niche. It has become a pressure point in the market. Advanced collectors who ignored it years ago now regret that hesitation. Registry competitors need it. Long-term investors respect it. And historians understand its significance. Once a coin like this disappears into a private collection, it often doesn't resurface for decades. That absence fuels obsession. Now comes the moment that makes hearts race. In the absolutely current auction market today, a 1949 Franklin half-dollar with an S mint mark showing natural brown and gray layers and preserved in very nice condition has reached an astonishing value of $175. This price is real. It is current, and it represents the kind of hidden wealth that can transform lives overnight, not through luck, but through awareness. This is not a story. This is happening now. And this value is not standing still. The market for elite Franklin half-dollars is tightening, not weakening. Each passing year removes more coins from circulation, locking them into long-term holdings. The demand keeps rising. The supply keeps shrinking. Time is doing exactly what it always does, rewarding patience and punishing those who wait too long. Don't dismiss this as exaggeration. This is the truth of today's high-end coin market. For collectors, the message is powerful and clear. Learn the early dates. Respect San Francisco mint issues. Protect original toning like treasure. Never clean. Never rush. Authentication and proper storage are essential because once confirmed, coins like this enter an entirely different world of value. If you already own one, you may be sitting on something far greater than you ever imagined. In conclusion, the 1949S Franklin half-dollar is a silent giant hiding in plain sight. It is proof that American history still conceals enormous wealth in metal form, waiting for those who know what to look for. And remember, this channel True Coin Value brings freshly updated insights every single day. Stay with me, because the next coin on this list pushes the boundaries even further, and the shock is only getting started. Next up, now this is where the story takes a dangerous turn, because the coin I'm about to reveal is the kind of treasure people lose every single day without ever knowing what slipped through their hands. The 1962 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and because of that, it is often dismissed, overlooked, and underestimated. That mistake has cost people fortunes. This coin proves something shocking, that rarity does not always wear perfection. Sometimes, rarity hides inside circulation scars, darkened surfaces, and a story written by decades of human contact. By 1962, America was standing at the edge of massive change. Silver was still real money, but its days were quietly numbered. The Franklin half-dollar series was approaching its final chapter, and coins like this were being used, stacked, spent, and forgotten. No one was saving them carefully. No one was imagining that certain survivors, especially those with unusual surface patterns, would later become objects of obsession. That ignorance is exactly why this coin has become so powerful today. Benjamin Franklin's portrait on the 1962 issue feels heavier, more grounded, as if it carries the weight of an ending era. On circulated examples, the high points show honest wear, not abuse. And in this specific variety, the brown and black spot patterning is the key. These spots are not random damage. They are the result of long-term environmental exposure, interacting with the silver alloy in a way that only time can create. Collectors call this organic surface character, and when it appears naturally, it becomes a fingerprint, impossible to duplicate, impossible to fake. The physical makeup of this coin remains a monument to real value. 90% silver, 10% copper, with a weight of approximately 12.5 grams. Its diameter measures 30.6 millimeters, its thickness around 2.15 millimeters, and its presence in the hand feels dense, solid, and serious. Even in circulated condition, the reeded edge tells a story of authenticity. This is not a modern imitation. This is real American metal from a time when money had weight and consequence. What makes this 1962 no-mint mark Franklin half-dollar extraordinary is the contradiction it represents. Circulated condition usually means lower interest, but not here. The brown and black spotting, when confirmed as natural and stable, creates a visual identity that collectors actively seek. These coins stand out immediately among ordinary silver pieces. They look different. They feel different. And that difference triggers demand from specialists who understand that surface originality matters more than shine. Rarity in this case comes from survival, not mintage numbers. Millions were struck, but very few survived due to decades of circulation while retaining identifiable, untouched surface character. Most were cleaned. Many were melted. Countless were damaged beyond recognition. The remaining examples with original patina and balanced wear form a population far smaller than most people realize. This is why collectors who specialize in Franklin half-dollars pay attention to circulated coins like this, because they know the truth others ignore. Collector demand for this coin has been growing in silence. Not loudly, not publicly, but relentlessly. Advanced collectors and long-term investors understand that the market is shifting. Perfection is no longer the only measure of value. Authenticity, originality, and unrepeatable character now command attention. When coins like this appear at auction, knowledgeable buyers act fast. They do not hesitate. They know what most people don't. And now comes the reveal that changes everything. In the absolutely current market today, a 1,962 Franklin half dollar with no mint mark, displaying natural brown and black spotting and preserved in circulated condition, has reached a powerful value of $147. This nice number is real. It is current, and it represents the kind of hidden wealth that has already been lost by people who assumed circulated meant worthless. This is not fiction. This is happening right now. This value is not static. It is climbing. The supply of authentic, naturally aged Franklin half dollars is shrinking rapidly, while collector understanding continues to expand. As more people realize what truly matters in this market, prices move upward. Time favors coins like this. The longer they survive untouched, the more irreplaceable they become. Do not doubt this. The market has already spoken. For collectors, the lesson is critical. Never ignore circulated Franklins. Study surfaces. Learn to identify natural spotting versus artificial damage. Protect originality at all costs. Authentication is essential, and proper storage preserves what time has already created. If you own a coin like this, you may be holding a treasure far greater than its appearance suggests. In conclusion, the 1,962 Franklin half dollar without a mint mark is proof that wealth does not always shine. Sometimes it hides in wear, darkness, and history. It is a reminder that people are still accidentally losing fortunes simply because they don't know what they're holding. And remember, true coin value delivers freshly updated insights every single day. Stay with us, because the next coin on this list pushes the shock even further, and the real surprises are still ahead. Next up, now we are entering truly dangerous territory, because this is the kind of coin that has already slipped away from families, collections, and estates simply because it looked ordinary at first glance. The 1,950 Franklin half dollar without a mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is one of the most misunderstood treasures in American numismatics. People assume Philadelphia issues are common. They assume spotted surfaces mean damage, and those assumptions have destroyed hidden fortunes. This coin is living proof that value often hides where confidence is weakest. The year 1950 stands at a powerful crossroads in American history. The nation had survived war, optimism was high, and silver still ruled everyday transactions. Franklin half dollars were used constantly, stacked in cash registers, paid as wages, and passed hand to hand without a second thought. No one was protecting them. No one was imagining that certain survivors, especially those that escaped harsh cleaning and careless storage, would later become elite-level collectibles. That lack of foresight is exactly why this coin has become so commanding today. Benjamin Franklin's portrait on the 1,950 issue carries a firmness that feels deliberate. His expression is calm, observant, and enduring. In an almost very fine condition, the hair detail remains visible, the cheek retains structure, and the lettering stands proud, without weakness. The reverse Liberty Bell shows honest wear, not erosion, and the eagle remains clear. What elevates this specific coin is the presence of natural brown and grey spotting, formed slowly over decades. These spots are not flaws, they are proof. Proof of originality, proof that the coin was left alone long enough for time itself to sign it. The composition remains a monument to real value. 90% silver, blended with 10% copper, giving the coin strength and longevity. It weighs approximately 12.5 grams, with a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a thickness near 2.15 millimeters. When held, it does not feel fragile or disposable. It feels permanent. The reeded edge, when preserved, reinforces its authenticity and confirms that this coin lived a real life before becoming a collectible force. What makes the 1950 no-mint mark Franklin half-dollar extraordinary is the contradiction it presents. It is a Philadelphia issue, yet true survivors in almost very fine condition with natural spotting are shockingly scarce. Most examples were either worn flat, harshly cleaned, or melted when silver prices surged. Very few remain with balanced wear, original surfaces, and visually pleasing character. That combination collapses the population dramatically, and collectors know it. Rarity here is not about mintage numbers. It is about survival against odds. Coins like this were never meant to last untouched. The fact that this one did makes it special. The brown and grey spots create depth and texture that modern coins can never replicate. Each spot is unique, a fingerprint of time that cannot be recreated. That uniqueness fuels desire, because once a coin like this enters a private collection, it often disappears for generations. Collector demand for this coin has intensified quietly but forcefully. Advanced Franklin collectors seek these transitional early 1950s issues aggressively. Long-term investors recognize the shrinking supply. Auction houses watch interest spike the moment such a coin appears. This is not hype. This is pressure. Pressure created by knowledge spreading faster than availability. And now comes the moment that stops people cold. In the absolutely current market today, a 1950 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark, showing natural brown and grey spotting and preserved in almost very fine condition, has reached a commanding value of $172.00. This price is real. It is current, and it represents the kind of hidden treasure that turns ordinary-looking silver into life-altering wealth. People have already lost coins like this without ever realizing what they gave away. This value is not slowing down. It is rising. The market for original surface Franklin half-dollars is tightening every year, and coins like this sit at the center of that movement. Time is your ally if you hold one. Time is your enemy if you ignore it. This is not fiction. This is the truth unfolding in today's auction world. For collectors, the lesson is urgent. Never dismiss Philadelphia Franklins. Learn to recognize natural spotting. Respect original surfaces. Never clean. Authenticate properly and store with care. These steps separate ordinary silver from extraordinary treasure. If you already own a coin like this, you may be carrying a fortune disguised as history. In conclusion, the 1950 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark is a silent powerhouse, a hidden giant, a reminder that people are still accidentally losing real wealth simply because they don't know what to look for. And remember, true coin value brings freshly updated discoveries every single day. Stay with us, because the final coin on this list is the most shocking of all, and you will not believe what comes next. Next up, hold on to your seats, because the coin I'm about to reveal is the grand finale of our journey, and it might just be the most overlooked treasure of them all. The 1963 Franklin half-dollar with a Denver mint mark, preserved in very good condition, is deceptively ordinary at first glance. But that is exactly what makes it one of the most shocking coins in the market today. People have literally walked past it, stored it in jars, or sold it for a few dollars, completely unaware that they were holding a piece of history worth a fortune. This is a coin that proves one universal truth: true wealth often hides in plain sight, waiting for someone to recognize it. By 1963, the Franklin half-dollar series was nearing its conclusion. The United States was in the midst of economic growth, optimism was rising, and silver coins were still in active circulation. Denver mint coins from this year were produced in substantial numbers, but very few survived in collectible condition. This makes surviving examples not just valuable, but rare in a very specific way. They are survivors of both time and human negligence. Each coin tells a story of decades of handling, of being passed from hand to hand, and of resisting the urge to be polished or discarded. Benjamin Franklin's portrait on this coin exudes quiet wisdom and strength. Even in very good condition, the main features, his profile, his nose, and the details of his hair, remain clear and balanced. The Liberty Bell on the reverse, though softly worn, carries the weight of a nation in transition, while the eagle behind it spreads its wings with dignified grace. But what truly sets this 1963D apart are the subtle details that only careful observation reveals. The coin's original surfaces have endured decades without artificial enhancement, giving it a patina and texture that no modern reproduction could replicate. Compositionally, the 1963D Franklin half-dollar is a powerful piece of American silver. Like all Franklins, it contains 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing approximately 12.5 grams, with a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a thickness of about 2.15 millimeters. Its reeded edge remains intact, signaling authenticity, while its density in the hand reminds collectors that this is a coin built to last. Even modest wear does not diminish its presence. It still radiates a sense of permanence and significance, a silent testimony to its survival against all odds. What makes this coin a hidden treasure is its combination of scarcity, condition, and history. Despite being a more common date in the series, very good condition examples are far less common than people imagine. Many coins from 1963D were circulated heavily, cleaned, or lost entirely. The ones that survive with authentic surfaces now occupy an almost mythical niche among collectors. They are the coins that people accidentally lose, only to have them reappear decades later and instantly command awe-inspiring attention in the marketplace. Collector demand for the 1963D Franklin half-dollar is quietly ferocious. Advanced collectors understand that Denver Mint coins with original surfaces and pleasing wear are rare enough to spark bidding wars. Investors recognize the trend. Coins like this, once discovered, rarely return to the market. Auction rooms grow tense the moment one is offered, and buyers act swiftly. This is not speculation. This is the reality of the current silver coin market. And here is the moment that makes jaws drop. In the absolutely current market today, a 1963 Franklin half-dollar with a D mint mark, preserved in very good condition, has reached a commanding value of $148. This number is real. It is current, and it is a stark reminder that hidden fortunes still exist in everyday items, coins you might have overlooked, inherited, or accidentally set aside. This is not a story. This is happening right now. This value is not stagnant. The market for authentic Franklin half-dollars continues to rise steadily. Coins like this are disappearing from circulation, locked away in private collections, and never resurfacing. Time is strengthening their scarcity. Those who recognize it now are positioned to benefit massively. For collectors, the lesson is crystal clear. Study mint marks, respect condition, preserve originality, and never underestimate coins that appear common. Authentication is critical, storage is essential, and patience is the gateway to unlocking hidden wealth. If you are fortunate enough to own a 1963D in very good condition, you may be holding a treasure more powerful than anything else in your collection. In conclusion, The 1963D Franklin half dollar is not just a coin. It is a hidden giant, a silent fortune, and a piece of American history waiting to reward those who recognize its value. People are still accidentally losing treasures like this every single day. And remember, true coin value delivers freshly updated insights every single day. The Franklin half dollar series is not just history, it is living wealth, and the hunt for these treasures is far from over.